love camel milk. You know? And so they make camel ice cream and camel. Okay. What happened? The ones are unloading. Yeah. But it's exactly the same system we have. Most people don't really have a really realistic understanding of where their food comes from, or the impact of the choices they make every day. They make 3 times a day. And so that was a big part of my project, was to kind of break that down so people can understand. So you'll see the advertising of something, like you think, like, you know, like your butter comes from a cow that's sleeping under a tree, and it's like, no, that cow probably isn't sleeping under a tree. In fact, that cow probably never gets outside. Do you know where your food comes from? Most people don't look much past the supermarket. Today, less than 2% of Americans are involved in raising food. It was kind of a wake-up call for me that there are parts of our food system that some people don't want us to see. And as a journalist, when you ask kind of a simple question, people get strange on you. You realize, oh, maybe you're onto a bigger story. And so I started digging a little deeper into food, and I realized that it's much more interesting than I thought. But the food industry is only producing what we choose to consume. 80% of the birds on this planet are chickens. So what you choose to eat every day has a significant impact on our environment and the future of our planet. I went to a lot of research labs, and I was very impressed by improvements being made in genetics and irrigation systems and whatnot. And so I think we actually can double the food supply. The key to me is trying to conserve the wild places that we have left. And I'm not looking at this as like what's, you know, as a nutritionist. I'm just more looking at this really more as an environmentalist. And I think if we can maintain our food systems in the current shape, then we can maintain wilderness and wildlife, which is really important.
How many seconds per pork?
I don't know, but in Germany is.
Speak to each other, look at beautiful things, you know? Our film is specifically about one little guy called Kulu. He's a Temix ground pangolin. And these are very special little animals because they walk on 2 legs like humans, with their paws in front of them like this. And they're very sweet, very, very intelligent. They say they're kind of as intelligent as a German Shepherd dog. Incredible sense of smell, incredible kind of intuition and way of knowing what's going on around the world. If you walk up to someone and say, this is what you need to do, the planet is dying, we're all in huge trouble, immediately this kind of wall comes up. But if you can tell them a story about someone that they can relate to and take them on a bit of a journey with that story and make them fall in love with something, then by the time they get to the end, hopefully they've come to that conclusion on their own, and you're no longer in a space where you're asking someone for something or telling them to do something.
Cuando no los molesta lo que es el verano, los molesta la lluvia. Pero como siempre vinieron el fenómeno, pues los afectó. Ya cuando estaba el frijol dando punto, casi a secarse iba ya. Y lo que hizo es nacerse. Por ver que los alcance por más días le bajamos la alimentación al niño y no debía de ser así.
El Niño phenomenon is destroying the crops every single year, and they are obliged to leave their lands, travel to the areas a little bit more fertile to work as seasonal workers in the sugarcane plantations or in the coffee plantations, and then the last chance that they have is to try to sacrifice, as they say, and take one of the members of the family to live to the United States and get some money from there.
La cosmovisión maya es eso, el cuidado y la conexión del ser humano con la tierra, con la madre naturaleza, con el buen vivir, que el buen vivir es como yo me voy a sentir bien y me voy a alimentar de la sagrada tierra.
Mucho que hacer hay en la casa. Hay que barrer la casa, lavar los trastes, cocer frijoles, cocer maíz, todo eso. Tuve 12 hijos y ahora tengo 7 en mi poder. Tuve los 6 varones y 6 hembras. Frijol no hay. Aquí no hay frijol. Yo no tengo frijol. No.
They cannot develop, they cannot grow as much as a normal kid with a normal food they would be able to. So at the end, the consequences is that when they go to school, they cannot concentrate, so they drop the school at a very young age, and then once they grow up, they won't have the same opportunities. So we can say that in the country, there are 50% of the population suffering from chronic malnutrition, but in the Mayan communities, there are more than 80% of the population suffering from this type of malnutrition.
Another president, and they have hope. He's doing well, but he's really afraid. And in the meantime,
They have many traditions related to ceremonies with the land to keep it fertile, and also to the rain. But nowadays, it's raining less and less. So the consequences is that they have to leave. And when they go to other countries or to other regions, they are leaving part of their spirituality and parts of themselves in their lands. So it's very painful for them.